Yo, what's up? It's your boy Ross Sinatra. Today we're gonna explore who is actually the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James. So what I will be doing is just looking at different statistics that aren't really, you know, tracked, and just see if we can break it down further. Because if you look at the stats, yeah, you'll say LeBron James, but that's really just not a very accurate way to look at it to determine who is actually the GOAT. So let's do this. Let's break this down. Follow me, follow me, follow me. And yeah, let's find out who is actually the GOAT.
I brought the halftime show to Sam's house.
I hope you at least use the Capital One Quicksilver card and earn 1.5% cash back.
Hit it! Percentage Chuck and the Chuckette.
It's a great partnership, and I think what you saw the other night was was
how proud he was.
well. We looked at Zion being a
In 10 years from now, and maybe ultimately we'll be building in more windows to allow for more travel during the regular season.
and you can see. I mean, we're two of the 30 teams, and we're very happy to be here.
Look at the GOATs right there. Now you see LeBron kind of sizing them up a little bit. Jordan kind of giving them flowers. play defense to me. My bad. Y'all might can't see it. Can y'all not see it? Where is the slow? I'm looking for the slow players. He was a bonus. He was 7'3". And look how swift he moved. Watch how he moved. He going out the dribble. Damn it. He's 7'3". I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me fast forward a little bit. Ken Bad, Greg Smith, Patrick Ewing, these are centers. But let me show y'all something. Let's look at okay. This is Mr. Knicks. My bad. My bad. I'm trying to get my audio right. Excuse me. I apologize if that was loud. My bad. But we looking at this game here. It was on my birthday, actually. Let's fast forward. I just want this is the 90s now. Let's take a look at the movements. And while he shoot that free throw, let me do this. Take a look at the movements. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking for a full game of LeBron. They ain't got too many. There we go. Okay. So I got that one loaded. Now, let's go back to this. Now, I just want y'all to see this. What are we looking at, Ross Notch? What are we looking at? What are we looking at, North? So, look at how the defense moving. Look how he had a contested shot. They talking about these boys can't shoot. Did you see that shot? Did you see that shot? Look how them boys moving that ball. I want y'all to look at this closely because I'm about to switch over to LeBron game. Look how quick he hit that hole. He lost the ball, but you see how quick he hit the hole? Look how high he jumped. They walked the ball up. Call timeout. Good coach. He don't wait till it get out of hand. Let's fast forward a little bit. These damn commercials. While that's going to commercial, let's look at this. Hold on.
And welcome to the at the Q and the tip.
Леброна Джеймса, ну и соответственно это будет способствовать либо победе, либо поражению Детройта. Он сейчас находится в своей семье. Кливленд планирует после этого матча посетить похороны.
Just watch the difference.
И сегодня Кливленду нужно выиграть у Детройт Пистонс. Это, наверное, самое главное. На ваших экранах человек, который в преддверии этого матча заявил, что Детройт выиграет эту серию. И чтобы вы, друзья, не сомневались, никто не сомневался ни в Америке, ни в России, ни где-либо еще, что Детройт победит. Именно об этом Шейд Уоллес сказал в интервью агентства Associated Press в частности. Ну, видимо, корреспондент этого агентства был на той пресс-конференции, когда Рашид Уоллес говорил об этом. Ну и Рашид обещал. Он обещал, так что все
Let me fast forward this a little bit. I want you to see the difference. What's the difference? Look how lazy that play is. Even my man Kobe, one of my favorite players ever, but he can't never be considered the greatest because he didn't play in that era.
Не испытает никаких сложностей, то можно говорить о силе Детройта и о том, что Детройт является основным фаворитом плей-офф от Восточной конференции. Но вот сейчас мы видим с вами великолепный проход Мюррея и 2 очка ему же. Ну а счет тем временем уже 6-4.
Look how slow that is.
Джеймс с мячом.
I'm saying it's cool to play. Now look at the defense. Just look how the defense is. Look how long. Now look at it. Look at this. I want y'all to watch this.
Ай-яй-яй, Гуден накрывает Уоллес. Правда, Гуден забирает мяч. Да, Рашид забирает довольно легкий мяч в защите. Вынудили Мюррея кидать из очень неудобной позиции. Сноу над Джеймса и... Пожалуйста. 2 очка Леброна Джеймса.
Look how wide open them shots are.
32 поражения. Ну и, соответственно,
This gotta count for something. The difficulty, right? You can't say you the best at 2K if you only play on the rookie level and you score 200 points. Just because you score 200 points on rookie level, that don't make you better than, you know, the best Hall of Fame player.
Сондерс родился и жил долгое время именно в Кливленде. И очень интересно было ему приехать домой, где живет его.
So we see that. We just see how that game is looking. Now we go back to this one. Just look at the difference. They talking about it was a different time. Hell yeah, it was different. Just watch how they play. They walking it up too, though. To be honest, look at that. Look how tight it is. They always talking about how open the floor was. No, it wasn't, man. Now maybe if they would have pulled the three, it would have opened up. You can't pull no three because they all up on you every time. You can't. You mean to tell me them folks that have like street ball moves? Of course they did. Anybody that grew up in New York, I'm pretty sure they were doing crossovers and all type of stuff. The rules just wouldn't allow it in the NBA. They be talking about them boys couldn't shoot. Are you crazy?
Которая в свою очередь
And just look at the pace again. Once again, look at the pace.
Ортодоксальным фанатом команды Cleveland Cavaliers. Вот представьте себе, да? Сын фактически сейчас против интересов своей мамы.
I'm surprised they ain't calling foul.
Мы сейчас видим с вами, что у Кливленда уже 4-я потеря в этой встрече. Да, и это не есть хорошо для Cavs. Не получается сейчас трешка у Рипа Хэмилтона, но Хэмилтон это не игрок периметра, разумеется. Ну и сейчас атакует Кливленд. Эрик Соу с мячом, Варежау сразу же ставит ему заслон. Надо скрин уже играть с Варежау. Поздновато Сноу. Отдал пас, причем на Илгаускаса. Вот, пожалуйста, хотел сказать, получите. Нет, не получите. Получил Рип Хэмилтон, который накрыл бросок, точнее, его бросок накрыл Леброн Джеймс. И вот, пожалуйста, флипюры, еще 2 очка. Счет уже становится 9-9. Представьте, что сейчас творится на трибунах Quicken Loans арены. Просто все стоят уже на ушах. Процент показываемый командами просто ужасный. Абсолютно ужасный, но все-таки игра тем интересна, что сегодня властвует защита. Причем защита великолепная и с той, и с другой стороны. Посмотрите, сейчас вынудили простоять в 3-секундной зоне Рипа Хэмилтона. Вынудили простоять больше, чем положено буквой правил. А вот, пожалуйста, и блокшот Леброна Джеймса. Согласитесь, блокшот чистейший.
I'm always amazed how LeBron never hurts himself on those blocks.
Великолепен. Суперзвезда. И не зря все-таки его называют уже сейчас Карл Джеймс. Кинг Джеймс. Кинг Джеймс играет против Детройта. Но вот едва сейчас не случилась еще одна потеря у Кливленда. Ну и в итоге от кого ушел мяч? От Андерсона Варежау.
It is I chose the Detroit Pistons because I know they play defense. So I just really wanted to see the difference. These are just normal players, but they play defense. We're finna see if that myth is true. This is the great Michael Jordan everybody talks about. Look how tight and congested it is. It's just difficult to get a shot. We're Purdue. Okay, so computer freezing up. Okay, so I just really wanted to just to show kind of some differences in the times. Back then, everybody played defense, and this is just a good example too. Ironically, Mark Jackson. And that's them slow men Draymond was talking about, them slow big men, but he racing up the court though. Look at them slow big men Draymond was talking about. It seemed like they got some speed to me. So we're going to go back to Draymond and finish what he was saying.
Or did he run up against the greatest team ever assembled every year? You look at the skill set that Bron has. There's nobody that has ever played the game of basketball that can do what LeBron James does on a basketball court. Nobody. We all want to be like Mike, but what LeBron has been able to do and how he can control a game and like to do it this long, like MJ retired, like this shit's grueling. Like going to the finals year after year after year. Bron went 8 or 9 straight.
9 straight.
Like MJ took a break and right in the heat of that shit. Bron ain't taking no break. You know what he did? Went again and again and again and again.
With different guys every time.
And again. So for me, that's why it's Bron over MJ for me. And on top of that, the talent nowadays is way better. And I'm sure one of the old fucks gonna say, you out of your mind, and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. The talent is way better. Just like the talent at Apple is way better than the talent that was working at Apple in 1991.
Food better, you know, training better, medicine's better.
Everything.
It's just the nature of things, you know, shit progresses and we get better product of what we put out there. And so the game is way better, way different now. And it's crazy, Bron's still up there, man. So he's
still doing it, still doing
1 and 2, 3, you know.
Year
best
20.
in the league. It's crazy.
It's year 20.
20 is crazy.
Playing at a high level. He's still at the top of the discussion in year 20.
YouTube TV has no hidden fees and includes unlimited DVR space. YouTube TV, try it free.
I'm so fat. Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt. Look at Nate. His true classic is tight around the chin.
What's up, everybody? It's Draymond Green. Make sure you subscribe to the Volumes YouTube channel below so you don't miss any more of this great content going forward. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Draymond Green Show. This next guest, I feel like this was supposed to happen a long time ago, but it's finally happening.
No, they didn't give me a fair shot, and I didn't do this, and I do that. But if you know me, and you know me personally, I'd tell you that was the best thing that ever happened to me in my career. I was a player that all I looked like, you said it first, I was looking to score. I was to get a bucket, do this, that. But I didn't do shit else. Didn't want to defend. You know, didn't really put too much effort in rebound, even though I was a really good rebounder in college. didn't always make the right pass, tunnel vision, but going through that situation, that made me a better basketball player. And everybody in the world saw that last year. I was doing everything. You know what I mean? So I always look at things from a positive standpoint because there's no point to dwell on shit. There's no point. And that was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me in my career. Like just being in that situation, Lakers keeping me realizing, oh, there's more to basketball than just this. And then ultimately winning a championship with the Lakers. So that's history.
You're then traded to the Washington Wizards, which you just finished your first year there. How was your first year with the Wizards and moving to the Eastern Conference just overall? How was that for you?
You know, it was a lot different, you know, going from, you know, an organization as the Lakers magnitude to another organization. That was my first time ever getting traded, being in that type of situation. So not really knowing what to expect. And there's always the bumps in the road and things you have to adjust to, you know, but, you know, I think it was a great learning year for me. Like people look to me as like, you know, me and KCP, we came there, we won a championship. We were only, you know, winners on that team. And, you know, to go there and people like respect what you say. I'm not saying people in LA didn't on the team, but you know, I'm a young dude.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
no doubt.
I got too much respect from like just an OG standpoint is important. And that's all I know. Cause like once you win, that's all you really know. And I know from, you know, when we won a championship with the
Lakers, not many people have that confidence that like, oh no, this is what I'm doing and it's cool.
I mean, for me, it's just like, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was always taught like, yo, you got to stand on what you believe in and what you do. You know, if you don't, what else you going to stand on? So, you know, that's just what I come from. So like the things that I do, the things that I want to do, like it's what I want to do. It's not what you want to do. It's not what you want me to do, you know, because that's not going to make me happy. You're not going to the grave with me. So why do I care what you think? Or why am I backing down or closing my light off because you're not comfortable with it?
No, for sure. And before I get you out of here, I feel like this thing is all over the place today. So I recently put out a tweet, and it was, number one, how do you feel about comparing eras? This era,
it's oblivious.
To that.
It doesn't make no sense.
I think it's ridiculous.
It makes no sense because, like, you cannot compare the 60s. And granted, I did see what Jerry West said, and I love Jerry West. He's an OG, and he's
Absolutely.
a savage for what he said, because that's some real shit. You know what I mean? Listen, you got it. You got it.
Hey, ain't nobody saying nothing back to logo.
You definitely
got
not.
It,
no, sir. But it's certain things you can't prepare. Like, and I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but like the point guards of today are unbelievably talented. They're way more elite than any point guard in the history of any, like, you know what I'm saying, from an athletic standpoint. Granted, you know, Magic Johnson, yes, he's coming in this era and he's whooping ass straight up. Any era, he's whooping ass. Yeah. Isaiah Thomas, he's whooping ass. You know what I mean? Allen Iverson, he's whooping it. It's all relative. So you're just thieving the joy out of a lot of things when you just compare and you want to like do that. Like, it doesn't make no sense. Like I saw your tweet. You talked about the game was from the free throw line and in, right?
Kyle Kuzma, he just slick dissed Draymond Green. He did that little over talk. You know, he was like, I heard your little post. He finna check him on what he said. I think Kyle Kuzma is so old school. He hung around with Kobe. You know, he like really, you know, has respect for the game. And Draymond Green really is, you know, he's just not like a, you know, superstar type of player to be talking the way he do. I don't know, he's just disrespectful. I understand you have your opinion on who's the GOAT, but some of the stuff he be saying, I be like, bro, who are you to say that? You wouldn't determine if y'all would beat the Chicago Bulls or the Lakers or not. Anyway, Cal finna go in on them.
Absolutely.
Y'all just gonna pack the paint, right? And you're just gonna be on the string defensively, right?
Facts.
But what are they gonna do? Like, granted, they're gonna have a game plan and a scheme too. But y'all have seen that. Y'all understand and know how to play that. They in the '90s would never see playing a 4-point line defense.
Absolutely.
They've never seen that before. You guys have seen it. So that's already the advantage in my eyes, at least.
I agree 100%. Like, you know, people has been. It's a 3-part statement actually,
right?
And the first part being, I don't understand why people compare errors, but when they do, I had a question: do they take into account the difference in styles? Because there's no way they can be taken into account the difference of styles. Because I am sitting here watching, and I literally sitting, I watched the entire game 5 of the 1998 finals, Chicago Bulls versus Utah Jazz. And I'm sitting here watching the game, and I'm like, man, Rodman is incredible. Like, MJ is amazing. Pip, incredible. Karl Malone, insane. John Stockton, although they had his ass bottled up, something crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Him and Hornacek had no chance. They had no chance. And I'm appreciating all of their greatness, right? But I'm watching it, and I couldn't help but say, I just don't understand how you can compare us to this team.
Right.
Not that Michael Jordan isn't great or the greatest player, or however you want to slice it. It's not taking anything away from that.
Right.
Not one bit. But just the style of basketball alone, I mean, there's a guy catching it at the free throw line, a guy cutting to the corner, and a guy flashing to the post.
Right.
There's no spacing.
Let's check. Let's fact check. Draymond. Let's fact check. He said no spacing.
Der beste Basketballer der Welt. Szenen einer Karriere.
Hier bei uns Chicago gegen die Jazz.
Auf diese Partie, die Bulls gewannen. Es ging gut los für die Utah Jazz mit dem Melvin Karl.
Also ich kann nur eins dazu sagen, ich fühle mich, und das ist ernst gemeint, ich fühle mich privilegiert, heute hier vor Ort zu sein, beim womöglich letzten Spiel von Michael Jordan.
Aber, noch einmal, die Jazz wollen der Spucker. Oh, was war das? Aber er rettet ihn und clever gemacht an und Jordan-Punkte. Nein, das Foul war vorher. Schiedsrichter heute sind übrigens Bill Oates, Bennett Salvatore und Joey Crawford. Adam Keefe und Jordan-Punkte.
Für die Chicago Bulls im ersten Viertel bis jetzt.
Eisley. Und ganz offen Russell.
Na, 3 Sekunden.
Did y'all see that? That is 99% of the time in today's game a foul at the free throw line. Do we need to see that again? Let me see if I can get back to it.
Aber wieder zu viele leichte Möglichkeiten, die die Jazz vergeben. Also, ich will ja nicht unken, aber
That is a foul. 20%, 99.7% of the time, that is a foul. If I can find it again.
das Finale. Scottie Pippen und Michael Jordan, sehr ruhig. 3, Michael.
I might can't even find it. But just watch how that probably would have been a foul today.
Hey, call me Mike.
You gotta watch it. Like, a lot of this stuff would have been a foul. I took the sound out for a reason. Just watch it. They talking about Jeff Hornacek and John Stockton. He talking about these boys is some crap. These boys took this game serious. Okay? They took this game serious. They love that game. I tell you. So let me see. Trying to find it. It was 1,000 fouls in this game. He trying to tell about the. Okay, pause it. Boom. He said no spacing. Didn't he say no spacing? I could have sworn that dude said that.
And I'm sitting here watching the game, and I'm like, man, Rodman is incredible. Like, MJ is amazing. Pip, incredible. Karl Malone, insane. John Stockton, although they had his ass bottled up, something crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Him and Hornacek had no chance. They had no chance. And I'm appreciating all of their greatness, right? But I'm watching it, and I couldn't help but say, I just don't understand how you can compare us to this team.
Right.
Not that Michael Jordan isn't great or the greatest player, or however you want to slice it. It's not taking anything away from that.
Right.
Not one bit. But just the style of basketball alone, I mean, there's a guy catching it at the free throw line, a guy cutting to the corner, and a guy flashing to the post.
Right.
There's no spacing. And so I'm watching that, and I'm like, the point that I was making was, you see what I'm saying? We'll beat this team by 20 and we'll beat them by 40. The actual point that I was making is, and that's why it's dumb to compare errors.
It's dumb, and then it's also play styles and it's officiating.
Did you hear that? It's play style and officiating. Okay? And I'm doing all this to prove to you that LeBron's era was no match for Michael Jordan's. Okay? So every accolade that Michael Jordan accumulated during that time means 1,000 times more than what LeBron is doing now. And listen to Kuzma. This is just straight wisdom. This is why this is one of my favorite players of the present. He breaks it down basically without offending Draymond, but basically says, shut your stupid ass up. Check this out.
Are we going to play with handshakes or are we going to play freedom of movement?
Facts.
Right? There's certain teams that can get away with certain things. Like, I believe if the Showtime Lakers, they would fucking dominate this era. Because they were, I mean, I was watching Magic in the 80s, just highlights like earlier in the summer.
So Kuzma,
since the dawn of man,
Kuzma
has been hard.
He letting you know
that
he is a student of the game. Well, check this out. We're gonna let him finish, then I'm gonna talk about it.
He was fast as shit.
Yes, he was.
No, he was fast as hell. Like, he was getting the rebound
yes,
up the court in 3 dribbles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the NBA now, right?
Absolutely.
Right or wrong. Kill. But certain teams might have been a little different. Great.
Mm-hmm.
You have great players, whatever. Jordan being this era, he's averaging crazy numbers too, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Even crazier numbers.
For sure.
Right? Now it might be a different type of if Jordan played in this era, it might be like, yo, ain't nobody touching him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from a point standpoint, a championship standpoint, but you can't compare it. It's just too tough.
That's my whole sentiment. I hope people one day understand that. Do you remember AOL? Are you old enough
Yeah,
to
you got
remember
mail.
AOL?
Yeah, of course.
All right. He just broke that down extremely well. Basically, what he said is it depends on the rules. He basically said it without even starting the argument of the hand checking, right? But think about it. A lot of the moves that people do today, they wouldn't be able to do if they could get hand checked, okay? They got freedom of movement. They can do whatever they want. They don't have to worry about getting an elbow in the neck. I just showed you where Patrick Ewing was clearly fouled in today's standards, by today's standards, but they wasn't called and didn't nobody argue. And I can probably show you many fouls like that. Now, if you look at this, I'm going to go to the fourth quarter where it's heating up, right? And this 2006, so this is before the Steph Curry's. So the score was low, look. But check this out.
Последние 4 минуты. Так, ну и сейчас Маршалл получает персональное замечание.
Now, this is the NBA playoffs, right? Look at the talent that's out there. And they got the nerve to say anything about the talent of the 90s.
Получает персональное замечание на Антонио Магдайсе. Великолепно, кстати, сейчас Леброн Джеймс пошел, казалось бы, вперед, сделал движение, да? Ну, а Тейшн Принц на него попросту купился. Поэтому получите бросок со средней дистанции. Не точен Детройт. Да, и надо сказать, что Пистонс уже промахиваются в 9-й раз подряд. Вот так подсчитывал я. И что же, фол Магдайсу? Ну, посмотрите.
McCarthy impersonation. 6:20 left in the game. Bill Cartwright has returned. Craig Hodges is back. Pulled by 3. Here's Grant. And he finally hits one from outside.
Did y'all see that? That's one of them slow big men Draymond was talking about, right? Right? Did y'all see it? There was no spacing, right? There was no spacing. Slow big men. Man, yeah, right. The 90s was the greatest era ever, dude. Let's go back to LeBron.
Посмотрите, как сейчас на каком эмоциональном подъеме сейчас играет Кливленд. Да, Антонио Магдайсу сейчас дают персональное замечание. Это уже 4-й фол Антонио Магдайсу. И в связи с этим меняют Магдайса, меняют на Бена Уоллеса, а Рашид травмированный на площадке. С мячом Джеймс. Выходил на его опеку Рашид. И Джеймс с 3-очковой дистанции. Не точно, зачем сейчас было.
Did you see that defense? Now, let's see if that happens in Jordan's era, okay? Let's see. Because I swear he had a lot of space there. And he missed a jump shot, by the way. Not saying anything about him, just saying. But check this out. Now, did you see that? He thought it was fouled. Wasn't no foul called. Let's keep going.
Well, if you try and steal a ball from Jordan when he's flying, you're asking for trouble. That's what the Knicks did. Still Jackson wants a timeout. Yes, apparently they have changed the shot clock down to 11. They've given the Bulls 24, and it has been adjusted. As Jordan took a stroll, and that's a call you rarely see go. So the Bulls with a 4-point lead looking to protect. And the foul. No, but apparently the timeout was called before the foul.
Look at that. That didn't even call a foul then. $77. Let's look at the defense. Let's see if the defense. Now, what I just showed you with the Chicago Bulls and Detroit, that was a regular season game. Okay? This is the playoffs.
And the next foul by the Cavaliers will put them into the penalty. Flip Saunders.
И следующий фол кавалерийцев будет уже последним. После чего каждый фол будет пробиваться. Ну и сейчас Чонси Биллупс едва не потерял мяч. Хэмилтон, не точно Хэмилтон. Андерсон Барижау забирает мяч под своим щитом. Ну что же, у Кливленда есть шанс сейчас выйти вперед. Против Джеймса играет Хэмилтон. Сразу же заслон. Эванс тоже заслон. И Типмангайса можно и обыграть. Прошу прощения, Бадуэльса можно и обыграть. Что, в принципе, Джеймс и делает. Кавалерс ведут с разницей в 2 очка. Джеймсу уже 20. 5 в этой четверти. Биллуп с трешки. Не точно в Чонсе. Дэмон Джонс забирает мяч на щите на своем. Не такое неспешное нападение Кливленда. Снова Биллупс против Леброна Джеймса. Попытается Морриса Эванса обыграть Леброн Джеймс. Да, и не получается. Более того, едва ли не быстрый прорыв сейчас был у Детройта. Да, ну и сейчас Джеймс остался на половине площадки Кливленда Детройта. Полиса. И осталось всего лишь минута 40 до завершения основного времени. Итак, 2 полный тайм-аут остался у Пистонс, 1 у Кавалерс по одному. Нет, промахнулся только в одной попытке сейчас Леброн Джеймс. И тайм-аут. Тайм-аут берет Детройт Пистонс. Остается минута и 2. Завладеть мячом. Счет серии. Молодцы. Серия переезжает в Детройт, где Кливленду предстоит очень и очень.
All right, like I was saying, that was a playoff game. The other one was a regular season game. It was the same intensity. Let's listen to Kyle.
Of course,
okay.
Dial up.
Can you compare AOL to high-speed internet today?
No chance.
Was AOL great when we used it?
Amazing.
Okay. The internet great?
Amazing.
But just because the internet great doesn't mean AOL wasn't great when it was being used, right?
You can't compare AIM Messenger to DMs, bro.
Why in the fuck can't we do that with basketball? Like, you do not have to minimize Michael Jordan's greatness for LeBron James to be great. You don't have to minimize LeBron James' greatness for Steph Curry greatness. And it pisses me off that people do that with basketball. They don't do that when it comes to a founder of this company and a founder of that company. They don't do that. They only do it when it comes to sports. And you know who do it when it comes to sports? These lousy ass clickbaiters that's saying stuff for clickbait, that's making terrible comparisons so they got something to talk about tomorrow I'm sick of it. And it's crazy because the only thing they talked about today was the comparison I made. And you actually missed the entire point. They start comparing immediately when I said it. And I knew they would, which is why I framed the statement the way I did. A question, a crazy-ass statement like y'all do, and then the message. And they missed the question and the message and just saw the crazy-ass statement. So, my brother, I want to thank you for coming on to the show. That right there is the new media. Y'all hate it, but you better love it. Don't get stuck on the wrong side, because I'm telling you, a lot of these guys are getting caught on the wrong side of it. And you can come over now before we close the door. My dog, I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Appreciate you.
By the way, Kuz is launching a podcast. He got too much shit to say.
Draymond he just made himself look like a real cornball right here. He felt stupid because how Kuzma just broke it down all cool and shit. He talk about them. I'm looking here. Let's see.
I failed all of my classes in high school and ended up dropping out.
It's the first round presented by Mountain Dew.
Now, let's look at these people. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They can't touch. This is like the Harlem Globetrotters. Just look at it. It's stupid. Look, nobody been touched. COVID, you can't touch nobody. Look, he ain't got a body on him. Did you see that? Do y'all see this nonsense? Now watch this. Watch the difference.
Den eigenen Korb, kaum Offensiv-Rebounds für die Chicago Bulls im ersten Viertel bis jetzt.
Eisen. Und ganz offen Russell.
Nah an 3 Sekunden.
That would have been a foul today. That would have been a foul, bro.
Die Jazz vergeben. Also, ich will ja nicht unken, aber diesen Dingern könnten sie nachtrauern. Foul von Russell an Jordan. Ist er nicht schnell genug zur Grundlinie gekommen, um die zuzumachen.
Today.
Aber immer noch.
But look how Golden State,
mit der
they can just throw the ball around and they can just move around. They wasn't being touched or anything. Just watch the difference. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Just remember how Golden State can move around, do whatever they wanted to do while they had the ball.
Außer Toni Kukoc, die Mannschaft 0 von 10 aus dem Feld.
Insgesamt die Trefferquote
watch
der
how it
Bulls
was for
bei
MJ.
23%. Utah Jazz auch nicht so viel besser, 35%.
Dennis Rodman kommt, um ihn zu verteidigen, Karl Malone. So, jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, ob das Spiel wieder eine Wende bekommt. Sam Smith, der Autor der Jordan-Biografie, der hat heute in der Chicago Tribune die Vermutung geäußert, dass Jordan heute 40 Punkte machen wird, weil er glaubt, dass dieser ehrgeizige Sportler heute hier ein besonderes Ausrufezeichen setzen möchte. Da bin ich mal drauf gespannt. Und Missverständnis.
Did y'all see? It's the same thing.
Trotzdem, eins hat Jerry
Golden
Sloan
State ain't doing
mit seiner
nothing
Mannschaft.
nobody has
Sie haben
ever
die
done.
Partystimmung
Utah
hier im
Jazz was
Center
just like them.
völlig rausgenommen.
Ja, Stichwort Party.
They won 60-some
hier in
games,
Chicago
bro.
schon eine Party geplant.
Toni Kukoc, unglaublich in diesem ersten Viertel. 10 Punkte für den Kroaten, 11 für die Bulls. Pippen verteidigt Greg Foster und das zeigt Wirkung. Der zappelt da ein bisschen rum. Kukoc 3. Oi, 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 Toni Kukoc. Der Basketballgott aus Kroatien.
You can't tell me the Bulls wouldn't have blew the Golden State Warriors out. The Golden State Warriors is a bunch of pussies.
Das wäre ein teures Vergnügen geworden, hier normale Tickets zu ergattern. $20.000 für ein Ticket, für einen der besten Plätze, also sehr nah unten am Spielfeld. So haben wir gehört, $20.000 wurden bezahlt.
They talking about they
Selbst
had
die
to be,
schlechtesten
they
Plätze
had
gegen ihr
big, slow
Kurzvorspielbeginn
men,
noch für
big men. Please.
$3.000. Rodman gegen Malone.
I don't see no slow big men.
Burrell ist offen, nimmt ihn. Er hat viel Selbstvertrauen, Scott Burrell. Das haben wir in der ganzen Serie beobachten können.
At all.
Manchmal vielleicht ein bisschen überhastet. Auf der anderen Seite fordert Jackson immer wieder. Ich möchte, dass meine Bankspieler sich zeigen, dass sie gefährlich sind. Und den hat er gut
Look, they
verteidigt.
playing
Beste
defense.
Leistung von Scott Burrell in der Finalserie bisher im Spiel 3, 10 Punkte und 9 Rebounds.
Kukoc gegen Shelton Henderson. Naja, ist Jazzball, ganz klar. Also nächste Auszeit hier im United Center. 20:18 für Chicago gegen die Utah Jazz. Manni, das musst du mir noch mal ganz kurz erklären.
They always talking about LeBron took some scrubs to the finals. Shit. Jordan did too.
Utah.
Name some people on them benches.
Ja, die große Frage jetzt bei den Utah Jazz, wer macht die Punkte? Karl Malone auf der Bank, Jeff Hornacek auf der Bank.
Da kommt jetzt gleich wieder Jeff Hornacek.
Brian Russell, Topscorer Nummer 2 hinter Karl Malone in den Playoffs. Da kommt einer
Name some people on them benches.
Jeff
They play for
Hornacek
Chicago.
für Howard Eisley.
Also nix ist
Please,
da mit der Two-Guard-Offense mit Eisley und Stockton. Neun Turnovers, wir haben es vorhin eingeblendet gesehen, schon für Utah. Das mag Jerry Sloan nun ganz und gar nicht. Und wieder verlegt John Stockton so einen leichten Korbleger. Da hat er ja einen ganz entscheidenden im vierten Finale verlegt. Also irgendwas ist nicht in Ordnung mit dem Aufbauspieler der Jazz. Also nervös dürfte der eigentlich nicht sein mit seiner Erfahrung. Habe ich da jetzt richtig aufgepasst? Wir sind noch ohne Punkt in diesem Viertel.
Defense.
Foul von Steve Kerr an John Stockton. Ganz einfach um den Fast Break, um das Überzahlspiel.
And with that said, man, I'm out, man. Ain't no way in the hell
Hässliches
LeBron
Spiel
James
bisher.
is anywhere near the GOAT.
Auf die Frage hin, wie Phil Jackson, der nach einem möglichen